Hi y'all, I hope y'all are having a great day so far. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie. Welcome. I'm gonna do a little bit of a different type of video today. Something I'm gonna try. I don't know how it's gonna work. And I don't know if y'all are even gonna watch this, but just know I do this for y'all. Like, yes, like I said before, I do it for me, just for fun and stuff like that. But what I mean is I do it for fun, and content I put out is for y'all. So if y'all aren't enjoying it, I don't wanna put it out. So I thought this would be cool. But y'all let me know. Just so you know, there is a storm coming in and we're about 30 minutes from the coast. Beta that's coming in. I've got some weird lighting going on. I got natural light and artificial light right here. Just hopefully that doesn't deter you. I'm gonna do a split screen because I'm gonna do a screen record of what I'm about to do. So basically today's video is going to be me kind of analyzing the list for best Mafia or mob books for Goodreads. So one of my favorite tools for Goodreads is the Listopia. I like it. I don't know why. I love it. I love it so much. It's just something that's always helped me, like trying to decide what's next. Now that was before I was really into like booktube and such, which now like you could search in YouTube and find, hey, best Mafia romance, and then you could find a video like mine, like I had a few weeks ago. Now I do think these are interesting. I sometimes think they're accurate. What you're gonna see is I have read a good amount of these. I'm just gonna do like a quick review and show you like my thoughts on these. I think most of the top 20 I have read or attempted to read. I think in the top 20 I've attempted to read at least 19 to 20 of them. There's probably just one or two that I'm not seeing. And I'll tell you why. Well, at least one of them I could tell you why. I could probably go to 25. We're gonna go as far as I wanna go. I'll tell you my DNFs. This is kind of a Mafia recommendations video. So one of the things with the list I do wonder is how many people are actually still using them. So I do wonder about like newer Mafia books. You are not gonna see any like newer Mafia books. Like there's been some that have been suggested to me and they're not on here. So I wonder if people are still voting, if still people are looking at the lists. So that's another thing to kind of think about. It's just basically like me analyzing, me thinking about, are these lists accurate currently, and do they really produce like the type of books that people want to read, or are they just kind of like an outdated sort of situation with the Goodreads? Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know, but y'all just let me know what y'all think. And maybe this video is like stupid, but I personally think it's gonna be interesting. So y'all just let me know your thoughts and I hope y'all enjoy. I'm not very good at this like screen record thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hopefully this doesn't mess up. We'll see. Okay, so like I was saying, I think this is gonna be more like analyzing the list for best mob mafia romance. I keep saying this wrong. Best mafia mob romances, which, you know, as I said in one of my previous videos, I've read a lot of mafia romances. A lot, all different types. This is like a brief review of my thoughts on these and to just kind of like question, you know, myself and y'all. Do y'all think that these lists are still very accurate, or do you think they're kind of like an old, outdated sort of Goodreads thing? Okay, so first thing we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna probably go through like 1 through 25. We'll see. Simperi. I probably got like 50% of the way through. Did not really enjoy it. I'm gonna put it in my DNF, so I'm not gonna rate it. I did not finish this one. I would say the main reason why I just didn't like it, for me, whenever I read a mafia romance, I want it to be like, he's all about the mafia and mafia's life and da-da-da-da-da. This one, he was trying to leave the mafia. And I'm like, this is a little bit too realistic for my taste. I need a little bit more fantasy in my books. I don't need this to be like, you know, this has gotta be unrealistic to me, okay? Now, Beautiful Disaster, love. This was one of my very first romance novels I ever read, which I think a lot of people can probably say the same, that they love Beautiful Disaster. I give that 5 stars. Crow's Road, I've already recommended in one of my recommendations. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it down below. But I will say, if you don't watch that recommendations, just know with Crow's Road, it's very good, but there's not a 3rd book, so the 2nd book will leave you wanting more. And the author just stopped writing. Okay, Monster in His Eyes. I did not talk about this in my Mafia mob romances. If I do a second recommendations, I may put this in there, but if I do a second recommendations, which I probably will, I'm gonna read all new Mafia romances based upon like y'all's recommendations and newer ones that I've come across. That's probably what I'm gonna do instead of doing these like kind of older ones, because a lot of these were written a while ago. Monster in His Eyes. I liked the ending, threw me for a loop. I was very surprised. So basically this mobster, I don't know, that's not a really good word, this sexy man finds this girl and she's going to college and he starts dating her. It's very mysterious, and I don't know, I did give it a 5-star rating. Upon further inspection, I'd probably give it a 4-star just because I did feel like it was very repetitive, but the ending kind of really threw you for a loop. This is one of those, she didn't know he was in the mob and surprising she's interested in that world. But that's definitely one of those, if you like one where she didn't know and then she finds out, that's definitely a good one. Monster in His Eyes. Okay, so then next we got Bound by Honor. I have already recommended this series, Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles. Yes, I'm glad. So far in the top 5, I would say the only one that I would question as number 1 is Simperi. Simperi, oh my god, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Sorry. So I would say I don't think it deserves to be number 1. I think that's probably older, outdated. I think there's a lot better ones. Beautiful Disaster, I don't even feel like that's mob or mafia that much. I think there's like a small bit, but mainly it's like a, I don't know. I don't even know what you would describe it. Not enemies to lovers. It's a college romance type thing. New adult, of course. So I'd say Crow's Road, Monster in His Eyes, Bound by Honor definitely should be in the top 5. Okay, now let's do 6 through 10. Ruthless People. That is actually going to be, I'm not going to talk about it too much because that's going to be in my dark romance recommendations, because I realized I didn't put it in my mafia romances, and I think it's very good. Now this is one of those enemies to lovers, which I really did enjoy. He's in the Irish, what do they call, like the Irish mob, whatever, the Irish underground, and she's a part of like an Italian mafia. So they are forced to be together, enemies to lovers. I believe that they're forced into an arranged marriage. Whole thing is that the female love interest in this, she's like a freaking badass, and she's kind of the head of her outfit. That's one thing I really liked, is that she's a badass. This isn't your typical arranged marriage where she's the daughter of the capo, she's the daughter. She is her own sort of situation. She's badass. I enjoy her. Captive in the Dark. I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering this incorrectly, because I read this a long time ago. Definitely not a happy-go-lucky book. Oh yeah, I only gave this 3 stars. Definitely something that's gonna stay with you. I read Captive in the Dark in 2013. That was a long time ago. So Captive in the Dark, if you're not familiar, I feel like a lot of people are familiar, is a very dark book about a girl being sold into sex slavery, and she's kidnapped, and of course she ends up falling for her captor. So this is a very dark romance. I love a good dark romance, don't get me wrong. Maybe at the time I felt like this was too dark. I don't know. You know, even thinking about it, I still feel like it's very dark. I'm not very like, you know, clutch your pearls. I could read a lot of different things. Sexual assault, definitely trigger, you know, kidnapping trigger, all that. Watch out. I don't remember this being in the mafia or mob. I could be incorrect in this, but I don't think I am incorrect. Definitely would not put that in the top 7 of mafia and mob romances. King of Diamonds, I actually did not read, as you could tell. Nero, the Maidman series, I have already suggested the series. I think it's great. It's a part of my mafia romance. Go ahead and look at that, so it'll give you a more in-depth look. Carter Reed from Tijan. Now this one's also pretty dark. There's some parts, if I remember correctly, that are pretty dark, and I gave this a 4 star. I thought it was good. There's another one, Cole, and I don't know, I think this was my very first Tijan book that I read, and I really did enjoy it. I don't enjoy it so much that I would put it in a mafia romance recommendations video, but I enjoyed it enough to where it's kind of like a honorable mention. Killing Sorry. Now this is good. I'm gonna actually put this one in another video, so I'll get a little bit more into it, but this is not mafia or mob. This is contract killers. They call it mercenaries, but this is also pretty dark. Content warning, I would say. It's sexual assault, kidnapping. Her love interest, he's not the kidnapper, if that is going to put you anywhere better. It's not, she doesn't fall in love with her kidnapper. It's a hero sort of situation, even though he's not really a hero because he's a contract killer. But it's very good. J.A. Redamersky, I think that's, but I don't know how to say her last name. She wrote The Edge of Never Ever, which I think a lot of people have read. So I agree with Killing Sorry being good, but I don't think I'd put it on this list. Now Raw, 2-star read. Did not enjoy it. I think other people liked it. Clearly 4.20, you know, maybe people liked it. I personally did not like it. I feel like there wasn't like enough development. He was a little bit more of an enigma in my opinion, and I would not put that in the top 12. It was not my fave. So basically she moves to Australia, and this mysterious man comes into her life. Well, they actually have a sort of, you know, connection that dates back to whenever they're younger. That's why he follows her to Australia. It's a pretty okay book. I didn't love it. Seduced in the Dark, here we are, the dark duet. Still wasn't a fave. I still don't know why it's in this list. Night. I like this one. It's another honorable mention. Kristen Ashley, she always does so good. I think the only reason why I didn't love this is because the way he talks is weird. I know that's like not her writing specifically. She wrote it for him to speak that way, but you know what I mean? Maybe I'm finicky. Am I finicky? I don't know. You have to tell me. Luca, yes, 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 yes. You should have been at the top of the list, okay? Oh, did I forget to analyze 4 through 5? 4 through 5, I think we already talked about. Captive in the Dark should not be on this list at all, in my opinion. I've never read King of Diamonds. Okay, maybe I should. Maybe I should, we'll see. Nero, definitely great, should be higher up on the list. Carter Reed, maybe a little bit farther down the list, but I've read better ones. Raw definitely needs to be farther down the list. Dark Duet, get off the list, girl, get off the list. Night, good. Luca, higher on the list. Okay, this is like blowing my mind because Perfect Chemistry I think is good. As you can see, I gave it a 3-star read. Say it's like YA, new adult, sort of. I wouldn't even say it's YA. I would say it's like more new adult. They are in high school. I don't know why this is on this list because he's part of like a gang sort of situation. So there's gang sort of stuff in there, so that's content warning. The Artist Trilogy. Sins and Needles is the first one, which is down here, which I've read. I wasn't like the biggest fan of Sins and Needles. I think other people were more about it than I was. I do think that a lot of people like Sins and Needles. I gave it a 4-star read, but it was not something I would like go back to. Needless to say, I did not feel like I needed to go back and read the second, third book. However, next on this list, I did read a spin-off of the book that I liked, even though I only gave it 3 stars. I don't know what was going on with me whenever I did this rating, because I definitely enjoyed Dirty Angels more than I enjoyed Sins and Needles. Well, this one's a lot darker actually too, if I remember correctly. This one's very dark. It's set in Cabo. I cannot remember exactly. I think it's Cabo. So this deals with a drug cartel. So the leader of this big drug cartel finds her in this restaurant where she is the waitress, and he forces her to marry him. Well, he kind of seduces her, but he's really gross. And so she's actually kidnapped by a man who's in Sins and Needles. He's kind of a third guy in Sins and Needles. I think there's like, what is it? A love triangle. And this guy gets his own book. So this is dark. I think that's probably why I gave it a 3-star rating. And I feel like even though it was like a good plot, I don't read a lot of books about Mexican cartels. I'm not interested in it, but I just haven't explored that. I think the reason why I didn't love this was because the development of their relationship wasn't my fave. He didn't really start respecting her till like the very end. And I was kind of like, you know, come on. So that's why I probably gave it a 3-star read. I don't think it would be top 20 for me. I think that list is weird there. Now, Devil's Eyes. I read about 75% of the way through. Now, it has a chance to be good. The thing about Devil's Eyes is I felt like halfway through, the plot had completely just changed. This girl is trying to find out information. Her sister has been kidnapped. She's trying to find out information, so she goes and is a stripper in this guy's club that he owns. He is a mafia guy, and that's how she finds out the information. But then she also kind of falls for him, and the problem is I felt like everything was good, they were resolved, and then it turned into a completely like new problem in the book. I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't a fave of mine. 3.85 stars. I agree with that. I think it should be a little bit lower. Wasn't a fave. DNF'd it because I was just tired. I was like, yo, we had a good point. Like, this was a good point. Let me even look at the pages. I think that this was long. Oh my god, 270 pages. What is wrong with me? Why did I think this was long? Y'all, no, this is not 270 pages. That is incorrect. Whatever, I'm stupid, y'all, whatever. Elite, I have already said great, love. Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles. I think, didn't we talk about this one up there? Love the whole series. I do plan on reading the rest of them. So let's analyze 15 through 20. Luca, yes. Perfect Chemistry, why are you even on this list? I don't even know. Dirty Angels, good. But it's more of a Mexican cartel. Devil in His Eyes, I was very disappointed. I was like, come on, yo, like this is, no. Elite, yes. That definitely deserves to be on there. Bond by Duty, y'all know how I feel. So other DNFs that I can point out right now, I did not finish The Disastrous, and I'm gonna tell you, it was a stupid freaking reason. It was another one of those where he wanted to get out of the mafia. You know me, I want it to be unrealistic. I want them to stay in it. I want them to love it. So he wanted to get out, and then another thing that was so stupid, y'all. He took a shower like every freaking chapter. Like one day, he took a shower twice in one day. What is that? But like, what is that? Like, am I crazy here? But like, am I crazy? Does that stuff bug y'all? Bugged me. He took way too many showers. Y'all are gonna freaking die because that is the stupidest thing. Okay, so things that I think deserve to be higher on the list. Of course, The Professionals, duh. That one's awesome. Menace, good. Undeniable, why is this even on the list? I don't get that. That's an MC romance. Missing Link, I DNF'd it, did not finish it. Crow, Boston Underground, that one definitely deserves to be higher. That first one is so good. And it's the Irish Mafia, which is good. I like that. My only problem was the second one was not for me. It's a stupid reason, y'all. I don't even want to get into why. Reaper is the second one. But Crow, read that. Raise, I'm probably gonna read next. Master, I thought was okay. Bear to You, still don't understand why that's on the list. These are my thoughts, my quickie reviews on this list. I would say this list is definitely outdated. There's a lot more Mafia romance books that are out there, but I will say some of these are like tried and true. Some of them are like good, like solid 5-star reads. Most of the books that I recommended on my Mafia romances are on here, so solid 5-star reads. I would say there's still a reason to use the list. I personally like the lists. That's my thought. Tell me if I like this video, because there's a lot of like books that I've read a whole bunch of on lists because I read off the list basically. I would say there are definitely things that need to be moved around, but you know, these are all personal opinions. It's all everybody's taste, right? Some people like arranged marriage Mafia romances. Those just don't happen to be my favorite. Also, at this moment, I'm close to 100 subscribers and I'm so excited. I hope I get there this next week, and I told myself that once I got 100 subscribers, if I did, because I was still not sure if that was even gonna happen for me, if I got 100 subscribers, I told myself I'd buy some umbrella lights to make this look a little bit more high class, I guess, you know what I mean. Thank you all so much for watching. Tell me if you like these videos. If you don't, tell me you don't like them. Be honest, let me know. Give me your feedback, y'all. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day.